A new opioid use treatment facility is set to open in central Maine next month.
Governor Mills was at the ribbon-cutting ceremony today for the third such center to open in the state after nearly 10 years of no new clinics.
Our Kadichi Lawrence was there.
More than 10,000 overdoses were reported last year in the state, including 928 in December alone. The director of opioid response says this new facility is one step closer to making it easier to get treatment than drugs. A ribbon-cutting ceremony in Manchester celebrated the soon-to-be-open Everest Recovery Center, their second location in the state.
Every time we can put a treatment facility closer to where people are living, it's helpful.
Governor Mills says the new facility will join Maine's opioid home health program, which provides increased reimbursement for a comprehensive set of services for opioid use disorder treatment.
The highly lethal synthetic opioid fentanyl is responsible for 80% of all drug deaths. Fentanyl. And now the growing presence of xylazine is making that situation even worse.
Peter Morris is the co-founder and CEO of Everest. He says they offer a multifaceted road to recovery.
What we do is treat folks who are suffering from opioid use disorder. There's 3 FDA-approved medications, methadone, buprenorphine, and naltrexone. We're going to offer all 3, although methadone is the predominant one at this point.
Morris says he's grateful for the support of the governor to help destigmatize drug-related issues.
Folks are dying, and medication-assisted treatment is evidence-based treatment that works. There's a lot of stigma that surrounded it in the late 90s and early 2000s, and it's needed to save lives. It helps folks re-engage with their families, re-engage with their employment, and just be generally productive members of their society and their communities.
The facility could see its first client next month. Kadichi Lawrence, WABI TV5 News, Manchester.